These are some scenes from my PorchTalk reality here. The scenes of the porch as I know them, and the things I rarely show unless it's behind my big fat head. And this lovely front garden here that developed gradually over the years. Today's about gratitude, about Eucharist, about saying thank you. A lot of people forget that Eucharist means Thanksgiving. And next week people will call Eucharist Turkey Day. The day is called Thanksgiving. The day is called Thanksgiving. I repeat, it's not called Turkey Day, it's called Thanksgiving. And if you call it Turkey Day, you're being lazy and weak because it is a Christian holiday. And it is intended to be thankful to God for what we have. But a lot of people are addicted to a lot of things. They're addicted to drugs or alcohol or power or money or sex or pornography or politics or social media or whatever. Me, I'm addicted to my faith and to my family and to this lovely little home that my bride and I have fashioned for ourselves and for our children. And so as I go around the trappings of this little home, I'd like to just share a few thoughts I have about being thankful. There we are. Thankful for that little guy. Thankful for my shadow. I guess when you're alive to see it, you should be thankful that you've got a shadow, I guess. I am addicted to my faith and to my family. I'm addicted to the trappings of faith and family at the expense of almost everything except my faith and my family. Many of my friends love to travel. They love to go on adventures, and they post about it, they talk about it. They send out Christmas cards and annual Christmas letters talking about where they've traveled to and what they've done. And that's fine. Many folks celebrate the week to the point where when it's Friday, they start talking about Friday like it's the 1970s, and it's finally Friday. We're going to party like it's Friday, bitches. And everybody in the whole world is supposed to work 9 to 5, and it's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday. Others talk about their date nights and how important it is to get away from the kids for a night. Just kills me. They talk about their home and their children sometimes. They don't mean to, maybe, but they make it sound like those kids in that house are fellow convicts and the walls of that home, the prison in which they live. Hey, look. I don't mean to say that you can't have your occasional fantasy island moments in life. You can't get off the plane, boss, the plane, and Mr. Rourke will tell you to smile, smile. Welcome to Fantasy Island. We all maybe have those moments where we do need a little bit of a vacation, a little fantasy time, a little kickback time. I get that. But to me, those moments don't mean a damn thing. You see, I had a party, and it lasted over 20 some odd years. Ask David Mao or any of my fellow brothers and sisters from the restaurant business, Medieval Times and the Emerald Hotel and Black Angus and Marie Callender's and Macaroni Grill and a few other places in between, and all the other jobs I worked before I became a professional, vocational, underpaid teacher. The party we had, that I had in all those years, was just outside the normal operational hours of normal. It was Tuesday or a Wednesday night, long before I had this lovely little house with my beautiful little wife and this nice little thing that my kids keep their rock collection in, or this little grapevine wreath that we fashioned out of the grapes we grew on our own property, or the silly little gnomes and ceramic mushrooms that we put into a pot with a bunch of succulents that we've scavenged from nearby gardens. Now, normal for me for many years was Tuesday or Wednesday nights. It was the catch can, do what thou must do, existential bachelor life, where my life was a waiting room in an often empty apartment. And it was a life that was waiting to happen when my party was whenever. Travel was always tedious to me, even when I could afford it. I rarely could. Scheduled spontaneity was my wolfbane. Scripted retorts, auto replies, and a sales conference galaxy made me consider going on a spree kill. And heaven, to me, was living my life the way that God and my family raised me to live it, even if I didn't always act and talk like somebody who believed in heaven. See, I believe heaven awaits me if I do this life right. I love God, I love His Son, I love the Holy Ghost. Now, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they gave me parents who taught me about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. They loved me when I was too helpless to understand why they loved me. They licked my wounds if my wounds needed licking, and they kicked my ass when my ass needed kicking, and now I kick and I lick in my own house. What did I just say? What I mean by that, yes, I know, Doc Mertens, you're a pervert. I know you're laughing at the kick and lick thing. But anyway, I can't imagine looking forward to getting away from this house that I keep showing you again and again, and this little bench that my kids sit on and eat their lunch or dinner on, or fight over paints or markers with this silly little hanging plant, or this hanging plant, or this hanging pagoda, or that car going by that's probably not going to stop at the stoplight, or this stupid little elephant with this goofy little succulent in it. I don't want to get away from that too long or too often. See, getting away for me is sometimes expensive. And I don't mean in money. I mean in what I lose when I get away. Last week, Eric and Mark and I all went out and saw a really great film, Ford v. Ferrari. Glad I saw it. Great film. But when I went and saw that movie and took a few hours away to be with my beloved brothers, Eric and Mark, and have steaks and be manly and drink scotch and go watch car movies, I missed another bedtime with my babies to do that. I could have seen that movie at another time, waited for it to come to Amazon Prime or Netflix. I didn't do that, though. I lost a bedtime with my babies, and that's an irretrievable loss where I come from. And that little grape wreath was here, and I'm a little jealous of it because it got to be around my babies that night, and I didn't. And yes, that's ridiculous hyperbole, but still, I missed that night. And I missed this porch, and I missed this house to be with it, that one little 3 or 4 hour window. Now, I am not bitching about my life. I'm just being honest about it. I see the trips you take, and I see the celebration of your empty nestery, and how you kick out your jams on snow skis and wave runners, and, well, goody gumdrops for all y'all for doing that. A handful of you who are my age and have raised your kids often remind me how you've already raised your kids, and now it's time for you to celebrate and relax, and that you could not imagine doing now what I'm doing for the first time. I filed those comments away in the dead letter office of my memory. You don't have to know this, but I'm going to tell you that assessment of when I'm raising my kids compared to when you raised yours, that means absolutely nothing to me. Because I waited, and life waited on me for a reason, and I'm grateful for whatever that reason is. Even if I didn't get to see my kids when I was 25 instead of almost 55. You see, I'm currently living my dream. There's no concert that I really want to go to. I really don't. There's no locale that I yearn for. I really don't. No wage that I strive for. Well, I might strive for a little wage, but I don't really strive for that excessive wage or any particular exotic lifestyle. None of those that I might strive, reach, or yearn for surpass the current event or position or pay grade I have right now, which is that I am the wealthiest man I know, except in dollars. I am husband to Catherine. I am father to Marion, Helen, and Edmund. And pray God in a few months, another little Scott will join the group. Envy me. I'm your dream that you might have had if you had dreamt the dream I'm dreaming. Muse on that, my little mookies. And a blessed Eucharist to all of you.